the only privileges for him should be select only, not draw table or create database or something like that. But the best solution is using database firewall like GreenSQL, which has the following features like active monitoring and audit, real-time database protection, intrusion prevention, encrypted communication or SSL, and so on. Here is how it works. It's like a wall between your internal and external trees and between your database server. Next one is cross-site request forgery. It's when the attacker's website sends requests to the original website using the victim's authorized session, active session. Like if the victim logs in a website, then in a new tab or in any page opens the attacker's website. If the following code would be in the attacker's website, then victim will realize that in his post he shared this kind of URL address that he doesn't even realize. If you think, a lot of web developers think that using post methods for request will fix this problem. It's not true, because in this example you can see that the following piece of code may be used to bypass this and send a post request. So these are useless defenses, like using post method will fix this problem. That's not true. Checking referrer is not the true, because there are a lot of ways to bypass this referrer check and check from which website request comes. Or using multi-step transaction operation, because there may be a smart script which will implement the attack step by step. So solutions are using captchas and one-time tokens. So captchas are secure, but they are boring. So every time asking your user to fill the code from that image, every time your user takes an action, it will be boring for him or her, and that user will forget about your website. So you must use these captcha systems only for most important forms. The next way is using one-time tokens. But as there are a lot of systems that can brute force your one-time token, so there are a lot of web developers that use a short one-time tokens, which may be guessed. That's why the best solution is using SSRI Guard provided by OWASP company, which adds tokens to verified attributes, search attributes, adds hidden field in all your forms, and it doesn't allow any system to implement any brute force attack to guess what will be the next token. Clickjacking. This is advanced version of cross-site request forgery. It uses all the flexibility of front-end languages like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and bypass all the protections. So here is an example of that. Like there is a div element in front of the real web page, which is hidden. So wherever a victim clicks, it runs the following JavaScript code, which is clickjack. Here is a real example of this. Like there is a web page which offers you to play the best game ever. But in the front of that web page, there is a hidden element which holds the victim's Twitter page, so that the submit button would under the mouse cursor, and wherever you move your mouse cursor, it comes with it, and wherever you click, submits that form. So there is no protection against this clickjacking. Even Facebook, even a lot of other famous websites are vulnerable with this. There is no protection against it. But there are a lot of ways to bypass this, and one of them is this. This is the best protection against that at this time, which doesn't allow other web pages to use your web page as a frame. Like if it tries to include your web page in his using iframe or frame, it doesn't allow. And also using XSR guard, which will help against stealing or brute forcing tokens. So, thank you. Before you ask me any questions, I want to show you some videos about this, so you may see it in real action. Like this is the CIA.gov, the website of CIA agency. So the hacker found XSS in this website. The type of this XSS is non-persistent. It means it can run that code, but no changes can be done in the real website. But as you can see, I'll make it faster. Attacker can send this URL address to a victim, and if victim clicks on that, it will download. Attacker will download this virus in his desktop computer, in his computer, and this virus will inject his or her computer. This is XSS non-persistent type. XSS, this type is persistent. It means that the executable code is stored in the database. So if a victim opens the web page of the attacker, the profile of the attacker, that executable code runs, and in this case it says that you must be glad that I don't want to steal your cookies.
Is this active XSS? Is it open right now?
Yes, not right now, but there was this vulnerability. Even in YouTube, recently, 1 month ago, they were found XSS vulnerability. So even this kind of huge and famous website have this kind of problem, this kind of vulnerabilities. So in this video, attacker, that was me, used SQL injection to get some sensitive data from the database. If you want, I may stop it and go step by step, explain. most famous tool called Tulsa. Python script. This is an automated script which helps you to do all these things faster, but you may do the same thing manually. These are all tables that are net-based.
What's the name of the script?
Tulsa. T-O-O-L-Z-A.
It is basically from MySQL or spirits are there no other databases also?
There are a lot of features in this, like you may use this script for FTP brute force, you may use this for local file inclusion, for remote file inclusion. There are a lot of functions there.
But I'm asking basically
Yes,
it's
it's
for MySQL. It's using
no,
MySQL.
it's for, you can use this for MySQL, for SQL, Oracle. So these are the username and password for admin panel. This is about cross-site request forgery, like victim logs into his account. And some posts there, some items there. Then on the new tab opens the attacker's web page, which seems to be a normal web page. Then he realized that at that time when he enjoyed that website, there was another post in his profile. So to see how it worked, you just view the source code. And you see that there was an iframe which was this some information in a file, and it's not visible. Then, if you open this some information in a file, you see that there is a form which implements that attack. It sends the same query. This is a simple example of cross-site request forgery, but even if they use one-time tokens, there are a lot of ways to bypass that. This video is about clickjacking, like victim opens the attacker home page. In the home page, it provides to click in this link.